Oh yeah, we back with another episode of The Twisted Tea, where we come to bring you the news with a twist. Now, if you came here to get some twisted tea on Kim's past, you've came to the right place. She has had 3 marriages, and in this video, we will be talking to you about the first marriage.
The tape with Ray J and Kim Kardashian wasn't the first tape.
No, Ray J lying about I hit it first, and the tape and all of that. Now Damon Thomas was the first one that really had her. It was somebody else before her. I forget who it was. It was somebody else famous before her. But Damon Thomas had her when she was, I'll just say young, a teenager. Let me say that.
As we all know, none of the marriages that she's been in have lasted. One of them lasting for almost a full season of the Kardashians before that one was canceled, which we will talk about in a later video, so stay tuned. But for right now,
I did ecstasy once and I got married. I did it again. I made a sex tape, like everything bad would happen.
Yeah, I don't remember that at all.
First up, Damon Thomas.
You don't stay married to somebody or be with somebody for 4 to 5 years and it's just based off of you getting high off of ecstasy.
Kim was married at the age of 19. That's right, she got married first at 19 years old.
Does everyone get a tape of this? Because I hope you do so you can see me when I'm famous and older and remember me of this beautiful little girl.
And he was 10 years older than she was when they got married in Las Vegas as they eloped, because at the time, Kim was in a feud with none other than her mama.
And that doesn't make any sense at all. So I think that's a very irresponsible thing to say.
That's right. Kim was going at it with Chris, her mama, and they were mad, so Kim ran off, did her thing, and ended up getting married in Vegas.
I think it's unfair to make those kind of blanket statements, so I think that she should be more responsible with those statements because there's a lot more to that subject and those things. And I've been very responsible in not talking about what that marriage was or what it meant to me.
It's like the place where I'm stuck for years.
This lasted, they want to tell you 4 years, 5 years in interviews, but really it went on from 2000 and they were divorced by 2004.
You go through a divorce, it's tough, you know. We didn't have Instagram and all that stuff back then. It was just tough.
Once he found out she was cheating on him and all of that stuff. And so he was sick, crying and all of that. And he was going sick. He was mad, you know. He was hot. We're talking about like 2003, 2004. Yeah.
Excuse me, are you leaving? Okay. My name's Kim Kardashian. I'm the dopest on the ropest person in this class.
That's right. Kim was on the hunt. You know, baby shark, dun, 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 baby shark. She was hunting. For those who don't know,
Pharrell heard it and gave us a record deal. So when I graduated high school, I'm 18 by the time I graduated. Puffy was the intern at the time.
Damon is a music producer, part of the Underdog Productions, with him and Jay Valentine. When Kim talks about the marriage, she likes to say that he was very controlling and, well, the king of the castle.
Kim and I at that time had this big house in Coldwater Canyon. It overlooked the whole valley.
She states that he was controlling because he wanted her to drop and cut all her contacts of her ex-boyfriends. So he convinced her, now again, these are Kim's words, he convinced her to drop out of college, quit her job that she was working at the clothing store. Oh yeah, and again, Kim's words, made her get plastic surgery. I'm sure he forced you to do it, while offering to pay for all of it. Liposuction, plastic surgery, and her butt. Yep, the butt.
What's something about you that you wish more people focused on?
I wish they would not focus on my ass all the time.
I think that I'm a part of their journey. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's fair to say that I helped out, I did things, and I don't have to claim to what those things were.
Kim states that he told her that if she were to do this, it would all lead to a better life. Kim also claims that he was physically abusive. And the way I thought about it in my head was he probably kept smacking those cheeks just to test out the durability of them. you know, since he paid for him.
Damon couldn't get a divorce from Kim. She wanted like $2-3 million and some of his publishing and all of that.
Tax free. That's $2 million in LA, right? So that wasn't, I don't think that was a Kim one. So I'll say that, you know, but that's what was, so in that you have to make claims that he was this person because you're trying to get this money, because there was no other way for them to kind of get that money.
Well, I guess it's all starting to make sense then. As we know, that marriage didn't last. As she states, she filed for divorce, and he states he filed for divorce.
Like I said to you earlier, it's irresponsible to make a marriage that you married somebody, regardless if you eloped with them or not, to make it around. I didn't know what ecstasy was. That's her. I don't know. You know, she can claim all that. I'm not claiming that. So I think it's irresponsible for her to kind of mention that in a joking way, because the media, when you're one of the biggest stars in the world, they pick that up. I didn't smoke weed. I didn't drink or anything when I met Kim. So that wasn't, I still don't smoke weed. I still don't drink. So
one thing's for sure, they both didn't want to be in that marriage. He probably did kind of want to stay in the marriage and started to see some other things coming out and decided to go, this isn't it. But we all know Kim, at this time, let's do some math. She got married at 19 and she was filing in 2004. She was probably, 23? So we know what she wanted to do.
What do you think you'll be remembered for, Kim?
For my many talents.
Because it wasn't like she was a singer. It wasn't like she was going for a hit record, right? It wasn't like she was an actress.
Nope.
You know, like it wasn't like she was just really giving her out to everybody.
Oh yeah, because Damon went on to say that he would catch her cheating on him with multiple guys. In his divorce, it was a very rough time period where he did create a lot of really good music.
The divorce, right? The success, How You Gonna Act Like That came out the same year as the divorce was happening. And Tyrese was my buddy. We were like brothers at the time. He tanking him. They moved in the house with me because you go through a divorce, it's tough, you know.
And that one of the songs from Mario,
by Mario, called How Could You?
How Could You is basically based off of his marriage.
You hear the lyrics, you know, how could you let somebody lay where I lay? How could you, you know, this is all about that. This is the divorce song, for real. How could you put me in the back and him in the front seat? How could you, all that, the Mario song.
That's right. Damon went on to say that Kim is obsessed with fame. And you know, I'm sitting here going, say it isn't so. Can't be true. Can't be true. While adding that she couldn't write, sing, or dance. That she doesn't really have any talent. And she does harmful things in order to validate herself.
I believe enough in my talent that it will get me far enough to win. I don't play dirty.
Please. Kim used to have me make her cupcakes and frost them, and then I would leave and she would tell her boyfriends that she made them all. So, you know.
Sounds about right. That she is what he would like to call a fame whore. Damon said Kim made up the abuse allegations to get more money out of the divorce, and that she conned him into paying for all of those surgeries. Kim went on to state in 2011 that she used to be so dependent on guys that she was in a relationship with. And she doesn't know how she got that way because she wasn't raised that way. Kim, if I know one thing, it wasn't for love. You know, you didn't love him for love. I know that. So it had to be something else.
I've been, and this is to Chris and Kim, I've been really cool. So I think everybody should be cool.
But he is not a fan of how some of the stuff has been hitting the media and coming out against him. He feels as though they should be careful about how and what they choose to say, because he has been careful on how and what he chooses to say.
Damon couldn't get a divorce from Kim. She wanted like $2-3 million and some of his publishing and all of that. But Damon Thomas had this tape of her, a sex tape. of her with one of her sisters and him.
That he will be going on doing more interviews to try and shed light on the situation and his name, because most people seem to think that he is just Kim's ex.
So that I'm not just Kim Kardashian's ex-husband, but I'm the guy who's won Grammys, Golden Globe nominated, done things that made it to the Oscars even. So I think that it's important.
And they seem to forget all the people I've worked with. Now, earlier in his career, I believe he was working with Brandy.
Well, in 2008, one of my favorite songs by you came out, Jordan Sparks featuring Chris Brown, No Air.
No Air. I worked with Tupac. It was the day before the Mike Tyson fight, and the song was called
Let's Get It On?
Let's Get It On, right. Hell for a Hustler's another song.
He's just jealous that I'm doper than he is, and that's just a fact.
I wish them the best. Don't turn this into Damon Bash and Kim. We can't have that.
You let me know what you think in the comments. If you think that her first marriage was based off of, a lot of the stuff that we've happened to see, that Kim is in it for the money and certain other things, or was she doing it out of love at 19, even though she told us she was on ecstasy and running away from home and rebelling and all that good stuff? Let me know what you think in the comments. Feel free to hit those buttons, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Twisted Tea, where we come to bring you the news with a twist.